Welcome to part 172. If you have not yet subscribed, do so. If you are serious with clearing cloud certifications, so this playlist has so many videos. Try to cover as much as possible. The more you practice, the better it is. This practice will help you with this certification, Cloud Certified Practitioner, which is the basic certification. Plus, it will help you with AWS Solution Architect Associate certification as well. It will create a foundation for Solution Architect Associate. There is a separate playlist for AWS Solution Architect Associate preparation as well. Plus, there is a training playlist as well. Now, there are a lot of content on the paid area. So you can become a cloud kernel or cloud ninja member and gain that access. This question is talking about a company is using Lambda functions. So this is what Lambda does. It is serverless, okay, and it is a compute solution. So we understood it is a compute solution and it is serverless. So you are using it to build an application. One thing you should remember with Lambda is it only lasts for 15 minutes. Pause this piece, read it, but it explains what it can do in 15 minutes. With respect to Lambda, question is saying what are your responsibility, not AWS responsibility, your responsibility. So option A says patch the servers where Lambda functions are deployed. So I told you it is serverless. So how do we know where is it deployed? It is invisible. The server is invisible. For us, it is serverless. So this is wrong. We already know it is serverless. Establish IAM permissions to define who can run. See, Lambda function, you would not give access to everybody to run. Suppose that Lambda function is running some jobs, extracting some confidential PII data like social security number, Aadhaar card number, or bank account numbers. Would you give access to everybody? No. Your home keys, do you keep it safe or do you keep it in the reception area so that anybody can access it? This is your responsibility. AWS will not do it for you. So this is shared responsibility model. All the blue things you will do, all the orange or amber things AWS will do. So if you watched this movie, this is recently it came. If you watched this last week, so what happened is all the earning of money, any money to be earned, his father is earning. What is he doing? He's just complaining that he's sad and he kills people and he takes a lot of alcohol and smokes and basically he buys a lot of guns, ammunitions, big ammunitions, okay, and then so that is a sharing of responsibility. Don't be like him. So that is why we have this shared responsibility model so that you will contribute equally. That way you will not feel sad, you will not look for someone like this guy to kill, okay, you will have better mental composition. Option C says write the code for Lambda function. Will AWS write the code for you? Are you so lucky? No, you have to work your ass off to write the code. You have to make that extra effort to learn to how to write the code. So we got our two answers. So this is how you will write Lambda code. Once you write Lambda code like this is just a small code, but if you write bigger programs and etc., you will become tired and then you will give such expressions. Let us look at D also. They are saying we will deploy EC2 instance to support Lambda function. See, EC2, it is secure and resizable compute solution. Okay, it is a compute solution, full, not serverless. See, if you already decided I will go serverless with Lambda, then why will you bring EC2 here? Okay, and then see, your responsibility is not deploying EC2 instance to support Lambda. That is not your see, if Lambda function, why will you deploy EC2 to support Lambda? Because you think that Lambda is not having enough capacity to compute, so let me give it one more compute. But you will not even come to know that Lambda is falling short of capacity. AWS manages it. AWS will automatically see whether it has to add more compute or less compute, etc. That is AWS responsibility, not your responsibility. Like earning money is father's responsibility. Now option E, it says let us scale Lambda functions when load increases. Like I told, this is something which AWS will do it. This orange box, they will do it because it is a managed service Lambda. You will not come to know if compute is less or more. AWS itself will say, hey, compute is less. Let me attach some compute. So it is not your responsibility. These two are our answers. Options B, option C. B says setting IAM permissions. Who can run your Lambda functions? That is your work. Writing code for Lambda function, that is your work. See, one beauty is there are Lambda templates. You can see this. Some templates are already there. You can use these templates. These are cloud formation templates. JSON or YAML also supported. See, a company is using DynamoDB. It is a NoSQL database. It is called database on steroids because it gives single digit millisecond performance. Again, they are telling as a shared responsibility model. What is your responsibility? Patching operating system is AWS responsibility. Like only on EC2 instances, if you have guest operating system, then you would patch it. Otherwise, it is AWS responsibility. Provision hosts, it is AWS responsibility because you are not responsible for hypervisors, hardwares, etc. You don't know where the data centers are. Even if you know, people will not allow you to access. For example, in Mumbai, we have a Reliance premises, Geo premises, and they host the AWS data center, but they will not allow you to get in. Securing the operating system, that is not your responsibility because operating system you are not even installing it. You don't know what operating system you want to choose and etc. You can choose an operating system, but you will not install it. So that is why the security of the operating system is not your responsibility. And what is your responsibility? Your responsibility is how to manage database access permissions, because AWS will not know who is your friend, who works in your company, who needs access, who does not need access. That you only know. So you as a company, you are responsible. These blue boxes, you are responsible. So these blue boxes, you have to take care of it. So this comes under access management. If you see this access management, it comes under access management because you are trying to give access to people. So option C, manage database access permissions, is the final answer. See, this is the next question, which is the AWS organization question. If you have multiple accounts, you have to use AWS organization. In this case, they have multiple accounts. They have two accounts. If you see this, two AWS accounts, and all the companies AWS resources are hosted in one region. You have 5 EC2 instances in account A and 4 EC2 instances, okay, in account has okay, account A has purchased 5 EC2 instances and 4 are already running, and account B has not purchased any reserve instances and also has 4 EC2 instances running. Which statement is true regarding the pricing of these 8 instances? So there are total 8 instances which are running, these 4 and these 4 in account A and account B. Now what happens is they are saying option A says all 8 instances will be charged as regular. No boss, you have 5 instances which are reserved, so all will not be charged as regular. D says all 8 instances will be charged as reserved. No boss, only 5 will be charged as reserved. If you see here, you just have 5 as reserved. So these two are wrong. So easily we could establish that. Now option B is wrong because it is saying 4 as reserved and 4 as regular. See, it will be not 4 because see, you have already purchased 5 EC2 instances RI, so you have to run that. You have to run 5 RI. Even though these are two different accounts, you have to run five RIs. Okay, so 5 RIs will be always running. Okay, so now remaining, how much you are left with? You are left with 3, because 5 plus 3 is 8. So how do I do 8? Because this 4 and this 4. So 5 plus 3 is 8. Now, if that is the case, then option C looks correct, because they are saying 5 will be charged as RIs and 5 would be charged as regular instance. So friends, if you have not yet subscribed, do so. It will help you with certifications. Also go for membership, Cloud Kernel, Cloud Ninja, Cloud Kernel, Cloud Ninja. This brings us to the end of part 172. See you in the next part.